Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's edition of our newscast on Info Television. We kickstart with our top stories. In a high-level mission delegated by President Paul Biya, the Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, has conducted a strategic assessment meeting in Douala this September 24, 2025. And the Electoral Board of Cameroon, led by the Chairperson of Elections Cameroon, have met this September 24, 2025. The meeting is held to prepare for the upcoming regional and presidential elections. Those were our headlines. Details right ahead. Welcome back, and we kickstart with this brief. The Prime Minister, Head of Government Chief Dr. Joseph Dion Gute, representative of the Head of State President Paul Biya, accompanied by the Interim Minister of Mines, Industry and Technological Development, Professor Fu Callistus Gentry, laid the foundation stone of the Minmid Matap Bauxite mining project this September 24, 2025 in the Matap subdivision, Vina Division, Adamawa region, with an exploited surface area of 1,000 kilometers square. The portion of bauxite exploited is currently assessed at 1 billion tons, occupied by high-grade and composed of 51% alumini and less than 2% silica, is estimated at $16 billion at current prices. The project comes along with major infrastructural projects, notably the construction of new road, railway, energy and port infrastructure, hospitals, and ultra-modern school in Matap. These and more shall be yours in our subsequent editions. And we move on to the littoral region, as in a high-level mission delegated by President Paul Biya, the Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, has conducted a strategic assessment meeting in Douala this September 24, 2025, evaluating both the security landscape and the ongoing preparations for the October 12 presidential elections. This is to ensure a secure and orderly pool across the nation's 360 subdivisions. Jude Kenji has the details.
Atanganji Paul, the Minister of Territorial Administration, on a working visit to Douala this September 24th, 2025. The visit is a mission delegated by the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, Head of State and Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, to evaluate the security situation and conduct a thorough assessment of preparations for the October 12 presidential election. Acting as the government's representative, the minister is tasked with overseeing the proper execution of the electoral process. The poll is expected to proceed peacefully and securely across all 360 subdivisions of the country.
The Head of State President Paul Biya has given firm instructions that the administrative authorities and the forces of law and order should take necessary measures for the presidential election to be held in a serene atmosphere, in total tranquility, in a hitch-free environment.
The government official called on citizens to demonstrate civic responsibility.
We are asking all the candidates to be responsible and to use this opportunity to portray a responsible image, because so long as the administration is concerned, to participate in an election, a presidential election, is already something very important in the life of a nation.
Addressing the candidates, the Minister of Territorial Administration, Atanganji Paul, took the opportunity to reiterate essential codes of conduct for the upcoming poll.
All the candidates have the moral obligation to avoid hate speech. They have to promote Republican values, national unity, peaceful coexistence, and they must, above all, avoid irresponsible public pronouncements.
The minister also announced that a document outlining a guide for candidate conduct will be distributed to each contender. The member of government emphasized that any misconduct will be intolerable before, during, or after the election, underscoring that the laws of the Republic must be respected.
It's very important to know what is at stake. The instructions from President Paul Biya, as I said earlier, are very, very clear and must be applied. So all the candidates, as I said, as Minat, will give documents to all actors, the legal framework in one document, and the guide to all observers. So in these documents, we have the laws of the land, and all the stakeholders, all the candidates must abide by the rules and regulations.
Minister Tanganji Paul clarified several points of potential confusion, providing details on the number of candidates in the race and the quality of ballot papers supplied by Elekam. The minister's prerogatives were stated clearly, noting that Tanganji Paul holds the sole authority to issue accreditations to electoral observers.
It's just a reminder that each and every one of us should respect the law. If you belong to any profession, each profession has rules and regulations. And in the present circumstances, we have to abide by the rules and regulations governing our profession, governing the country, and governing the electoral process.
The minister instructed local authorities to ensure strict adherence to the nation's laws and regulations to guarantee a peaceful and credible presidential election.
The National Platform of Cameroon Civil Society Organizations has issued a call for unity and tolerance ahead of the October 12 presidential election. Stakeholders were urged to embrace dialogue and constructive engagement. Let's listen to this report.
PLANOSCAM is urging the media to act responsibly by providing accurate information, civic education, and awareness to foster peaceful elections. Political actors, citizens, security forces, as well as religious and traditional leaders were all cautioned against actions, statements, or behaviors that could fuel violence, hatred, or division. We must actively safeguard the credibility of the electoral process through participatory mechanisms, including monitoring, reporting, and countering misinformation. Specifically, we plan to establish a physical and digital network of citizens sentinels to detect right intentions or signs of electoral violence. These initiatives aim to strengthen the resilience of the population against ignorance and disinformation. The time has come to confront with courage and conviction the mindset that sees violence as inevitable in today's world. The platform encouraged citizens to see the presidential election as a collective journey to elevate the nation and project Cameroon's greatness to the world. We must safeguard the bonds of fraternity and friendship that have been built and nurtured over many years. The citizens' vigilance for peace that we are implementing is designed to prevent, detect, and reduce any risk of political violence, human rights violations, or misinformation, ensuring a peaceful and inclusive environment before, during, and after October 12. PLANOSCAM further stressed the need to uphold the rule of law, respect human rights, and strengthen national cohesion at this crucial stage of Cameroon's democratic life. The October 12 polls come against a backdrop of socio-political unrest and security challenges. PLANOSCAM's initiatives add to other peaceful-driven efforts, including a campaign by conflict expert Robert Ngangi, aimed at preventing electoral violence and fostering dialogue. Together, these actions underscore the vital role of civil society in safeguarding democracy and peace in Cameroon.
The Electoral Board of Cameroon, led by the Chairperson of Elections Cameroon, have met this September 24, 2025. The meeting held is to prepare for the upcoming regional and presidential election with a focus on fairness, peace, and good organization, as you tell us in this report, Patience Shintum.
Fairness and trust were at the heart of the message. Chairperson Abrams Eno Egbe urged members of the Electoral Board to handle candidate nomination files with the utmost transparency, stressing that credibility in the 2025 polls depends on careful scrutiny and integrity.
Comme vous le savez tous, l'examen et la validation des dossiers de candidature exigent.
As you all know, the examination and validation of candidate documents need vigilance, discernment, and a great sense of responsibility. We have to work in conformity with the law during the treatment of each file. Our first assignment is to guarantee the respect of the Electoral Code while preserving transparency and regularity.
He challenged the board to boost efficiency in its operations to ensure smooth preparations, while reminding members of the International Day of Peace celebrated on September 21. Unity and peace, he emphasized, remain indispensable for credible elections.
Alors que nous entamons cette phase critique,
as we engage in this critic phase, I urge we all to work in solidarity, team spirit, and professionalism. We have to preserve our credibility and reinforce national unity. It should be noted that this year's World Peace Day theme focused on social cohesion and the promotion of dialogue, empathy, and respect of human rights in the face of conflicts, inequality, and discrimination. During this electoral period in our beloved country, each and every one of us should take concrete measures in the promotion of peace.
Closing the session, Abrams Eno Egbe reaffirmed the board's unwavering commitment to democracy, integrity, and inclusiveness, vowing that all Cameroonians will have the chance to shape the nation's future.
The city of Douala has officially unveiled its Philharmonic Choir. The 140-member group was presented at the Sawa Palace of Culture under the patronage of the Littoral Governor Samuel Diodene Ivaha Deboa. Patience Shintum once more.
Douala now sings with one voice. The city has unveiled its own Philharmonic Choir, officially presented at the Sawa Palace of Culture under the patronage of Littoral Governor Samuel Diodene Ivaha Deboa. The evening blended speeches, songs, and dances in a soft-lit ambience that enthralled the audience. We want to salute this initiative of the Douala Urban Council, which has thought of a way to enrich its cultural heritage via this choir. It is coming to give more life and color to a town like Douala that lacks enough animation. Formed on April 29, 2024, the choir brings together 140 members committed to shaping a true conservatory of musical creativity in Cameroon, fostering inter-community ties and spreading joy through music. It was a moment of joy and sharing. This is the realization of a project that we dreamt of, and today we have the Philharmonic Heart Choir of Douala. We wish to impact inhabitants of Douala positively using music. We also want the people of the town to enjoy culture in its fullness, so we are urging the general public to support what we are doing, keeping in mind that in Douala there is life.
À Douala, on vit.
This debut performance highlighted the passion and discipline that distinguish both its choristers and instrumentalists. We are hoping to bring out the spirit of love, joy, and celebration in every being. That is our goal. We are growing and envisage training younger ones so that when we are no more, there should be continuity. The group is also going to intensify practice so that all choristers can be able to read surface notes. The project enjoys the backing of Dr. Roger Mbasandine, Mayor of Douala. It is led by Dr. Jeremy Solé with technical direction entrusted to Isaac Ekolo Nsea. With its first note now resonating, the Douala Philharmonic Choir is setting the tone for a cultural renaissance, one where music becomes both a bridge of unity and a source of joy for the city and beyond.
Leaders of Cameroon's road transport sector convened at the 2nd Gendarmerie Legion in the littoral to reaffirm their support towards peace and security before, during, and after the October 12 presidential elections. Let's watch.
Transport sector workers and employers of Cameroon have pledged to stand as guardians of peace before, during and after the October 12 presidential election.
After
the remarkable management of road security during the holiday period, with little or no major incidents, I can say you all did a great job. For now, our focus should be on the presidential elections. To this effect, you should not allow yourselves to be used by any political party or group to cause disorder. That is what we have been talking about all this while. Meeting at the 2nd Gendarmerie Region headquarters in Littoral, socio-professional leaders reaffirmed their determination to work hand in hand with security forces to ensure stability. The third quarter platform, chaired by General Divine Ekongwese, commander of the 2nd Gendarmerie Region, highlighted the importance of collaboration between transport partners and security services. One of the most important aspects that have been discussed here is the need to increase security cameras and GPS. The GPS issue is really challenging because we have insufficient supplies. As such, we proposed some solutions like the use of stickers to permit road users to easily transport goods on transit. The session also reviewed the activities of motorized road patrol units within the region, while shedding light on persistent challenges, notably difficulties with GPS systems and the issuance of transport permits. Amongst other things, we spoke with our partners of the syndicate to also stay disciplined, especially at this time when Douala is facing serious traffic congestion. They can even assist in its control on permission and directives. Union leaders, for their part, declared readiness to contribute actively to peace building. Closing the session, General Divine Ekongwese urged vigilance, unity and continued collaboration.
The newly installed SDO of the Mefu and Akono Division, Adelaide Claude Sop Mote, while visiting the Vok Fuda Bala, called on the population to make good use of government strategic vision in the area. The call was made on September 23, 2025. Jessica Ndiwum tells us more.
Adeline Claude Sobmote, the newly installed Senior Divisional Officer of Mefu and Akono Division, received a warm welcome with vibrant traditional performances at Vok Foda Mbala, precisely at Noyomaso Chiefdom, on September 23, 2025. During her official outing, Adeline Claude Sobmote emphasized the importance of measuring the gap between the government's strategic vision and its implementation on the ground. Her goal is to identify corrective measures that can be taken locally and refer them to higher authorities if necessary.
We must keep respecting each other. We need to integrate the customs and traditions of each other as value of identity and determination. In this regard, I want to prescribe you in an abundant manner tolerance, mutual respect and integration into the host communities.
She also called for a fight against drug consumption in the locality and encouraged youths to become job creators, particularly in the agricultural sector.
You must also get involved in the socio-economic development activity within the different localities of Bankomo by sharing the know-how you have with other communities to derive into a better cultural and social mixing, which boosts growth of the local level.
Chief Roger Efa Nyama of Vogue Voda Mbala expressed his gratitude while presenting some requests. The exchanges between the population and the senior divisional officer of Mefo and Akonol division were open and constructive. I believe she answered all the questions we raised. We discussed roads, school infrastructure, and other recurring concerns in such cases. She provided clear responses to each point. We also addressed issues relating to personal and human resources in general, and she responded thoroughly. This leaves us satisfied and encouraged. The ceremony was attended by government officials, law enforcement, traditional rulers, and local elites.
Government High School Minkan, the September 24, 2025, honored 78 graduating students and 55 high achievers during its second Excellence Awards ceremony. The event aims to inspire students to work hard for a better future. Agnes Ayok attended the ceremony at the school and brought back the following report.
On September 24, 2025, Government High School Minkan held its second Excellence Award ceremony, celebrating the academic achievements of its students. The event honored meritorious students and successful candidates who passed recently in their examinations, aiming to inspire students to strive for academic excellence.
We have to encourage them to do the best that they can so that they also are placed in the same position the next year. And as for having me in the ceremony, it is very normal. I being the person who is heading the center region, it is normal that I should take part in all these ceremonies so that we encourage all the principals to do the same as Mrs. Mendua has done.
Abesolo Brigitte Mendua, principal of Government High School Minkan, expressed gratitude to attendees and partners, emphasizing perseverance and excellence in education. The ceremony not only celebrates past achievements but also motivates students to strive for greatness in their future endeavors.
Cette cérémonie, au-delà de son caractère festif,
this ceremony, beyond its festive character, is a time of recognition, encouragement, and projection towards a better future. Today, we celebrate the fruits of hard work, discipline, and perseverance.
et de la persévérance.
The graduating students made their way with an impressive musical presentation. 78 students graduated and 55 students received Excellence Award for outstanding performances. Participants received gifts, including beautifully crafted bowls and books symbolizing recognition